Hey guys, it's Roxanne here. It is February 2nd as I edit this. I'm just starting some microgreens here for the first time, and you'll see the results of this towards the end of this video. This video goes from about mid-December to the beginning of January. Really hard to find things to record, and I'm not that great at it, so it makes it even more challenging to put anything up. But anyways, I thought I would put this walk around my property and a little bit of chatting up anyways to try to get me back into a rhythm here of putting up some videos. "6:45 and it begins. "9:40 a.m. Friday, 0 wind. The calm before the storm." Hard to believe we're going to get almost 80-kilometer-an-hour winds in a couple of hours. So pretty though. You guys hear that? It's constant. We have sustained winds right now of 52 kilometers an hour, gusting up to 77. It's about -12 now, I think. I'll correct it here if I'm wrong. So this was as worse as it got for us. We were in a bubble, and anywhere 20 to 30 kilometers all the way around us got hammered with the blizzard that you heard about in the news. It was crazy. We seem to be in this bubble for the last year. All the berries still. And so now we're back to present day as I edit this. We've had temperatures above 0 for the last week. It's been nice. It's been our fall spring. And I'm actually getting outside and doing some cleaning up lately. Oh yeah, here's the back side of our blue spruce. Of course, it's facing north, so it got badly damaged during the spongy moth episode of 2019, 2020. Yeah, 2020. So I went in here a few weeks ago and cut out a lot of the dead. I still have to. I'm gonna limb it up and really clean it out in here, and maybe make this like a shade garden. I've got tons of hostas that I can put in here. Let's get my 9-barks doing good. Oh, there goes a woodpecker. And my hydrangea, which I don't think the rabbits have been at this. I think that I cleaned the center out in the fall, because I'm not seeing any little rabbit poopies.
Yes, my hollies. Coming back from last winter when the rabbits sheared them to the ground. This is the northwest side of the house that I never put in videos because it's trash. There was ornamental ground cover that has white and green variegation. It's some kind of, it actually has weed in the name, so I should have known. If I figure it out, I will put it up here. But it took over and I gave up. One of these days I'll do this bed, but I have other priorities. There are primrose in here and hardy geranium, tulips. Not much else is left. I love seeing all the buds on my new trees that I planted 2 years ago. They've actually grown quite a bit. This is cherry birch. My beautiful compost piles. I try to keep the weeds in this one and everything else in the others. You know, it's been so mild here. I could probably try to flip this. I don't think it's that frozen. I would need Bill's muscles. I did some cleaning up the other day, yesterday actually. Cut down some autumn joy and some echinacea. My handy dandy sieve that Bill made me to screen my compost. We still haven't had our bonfire yet. Oh, there's Zoe way over there. She just sits on the fence line. She knows she's not supposed to cross it, but she tests us. What you doing, Zoe? Come here. Zoe. Come here. Come on. Yeah, she's waiting for Kirk to come out. Everything here, these, now that the snow is gone, these are those 2 beds that I created. Actually, I may need to change this up because I had this idea in my head for a brassica cage, and I think I need it 5 by 5 and 7 feet high. So I'm going to have to change the way I have this laid out. And then in here is going to be cucumbers and melons next year. I've amended the soil. I'm gonna try to do some kind of a wicking system with them because last year's heat waves just did them in. And then this, we do the same thing all over again over here. Just laying a tarp on it for a season. And then this will be the new garden for next year. And I'll just keep on expanding down the line. There she comes. Our bionic dog, who has pretty much 2 new back legs. Bill's telling her to come up the stairs slow. She had 2 knee replacements, I don't know, TPLO surgeries, right at the beginning of the pandemic. It was no fun. Bill and I pretty much had the dining room all cordoned off and an old mattress down on the floor, and we were taking turns being in there with her for months. Yeah, it wasn't a good time. And then now she's just had a bunch of dental surgery done. Oh, I tell you, when you love your pets. Anyways, I could probably prune these trees now with the weather so nice, but I'm afraid that's going to send them into triggering growth or something. Does that make sense to you guys? So I think I'll wait. Wow, that's really budded up since I was out here last. Holy cow, nectarine tree, look at you go. I'm a wee bit concerned that we're heading into like a freezing rain period because it's been just so mild this winter. There's my other apple tree, Honeycrisp. Lots of spurs on this. It didn't give me any fruit at all this year. I wasn't expecting it. The fact that this Macintosh gave me 5 apples was a bonus. This is the one that I'm unsure of where to prune this guy. Like, I mean, it looks like it's got 2 main leaders there, but then I sort of see like an open bowl trying to happen there. So I'm just wondering if I just do heading cuts and just bring this tree down. My other thought was to take out one of these 3. See these 3 right here? And take out one, head off the other, and then leave this strongest one here as the main leader and head it off higher than the other one. Thoughts? Anyone that knows anything about apple trees? Alright, let's continue on with my little walk and chat. And this is my bit of a hedgerow. Some nanny berries, 9-bark, elderberry maybe? Can't remember. Tags are buried. So look at all the firewood we've moved. All stacked underneath this lean-to on the side of the shed. And we have all that over there too. Cut and move. I think we're getting too old for this. My grapes, so they did good, and I had 3 little bushes of grapes this year that I pretty much left for the squirrels to eat and the birds. And I have just, you know, mounded up mulch around the bag to help them through the winter. And then just yesterday I took a bunch of oregano cleanup from the garden and piled it around because I know rabbits don't like the oregano scent. So in lieu of putting yet more chicken wire up, I thought I'd try this. There's all the hostas in pots that I can put underneath that blue spruce. And yep, this year the rabbits are not going to get my bridal spirea. Should be a nice show. Hi Zoe. This I can do some cleanup probably. But look at all the larkspur coming up. See those little seedlings? Positive that's larkspur. And look at foxglove. Look at that coming back. all this larkspur. So I'm going to be transplanting this out around the property. Yeah, still lots to do. And oh my gosh, I'm going to have cherry tomatoes galore to pull out of there. But the vegetable beds got all topped up with my compost. The rabbits have been enjoying the celery I left in the ground for them and the parsley. Don't think they've been at the Swiss chard. I don't think they have been. My poor broccoli. Like I said, I'm going to do a proper brassica cage and hopefully have better results. I do have a rhubarb in here that I have to move because the cosmos all come over up here and drown it out. There's some onions I left in the ground. Look at that. I just thought I'm just going to let them in, leave them in and see what happens. Those were the ones that I just ended up with little tiny bulbs. All right. Come on, Zoe. There's Bill. Can you call Zoe or she's going to take... Oh, I'm so happy with how this all turned out. I think it looks good. I mean, it's better than the weeds and the wild sedum or whatever that crap was growing everywhere. And then it'll be really easy to extend beds. I just pull back the mulch and voila, I have a garden. But all Christmas is down. Look at those Shasta daisies. Lavender's still looking good. Like, just hasn't been that cold or snowy this year. Oh, and I took a bunch of cuttings of the arborvitae. We're going to try to grow some up our own. Look at all the different layers of color. I thought that turned out good. And check out this bark. It's off the pine tree down by the road. Isn't that cool how it flakes off and it's yellow? That was a pine with long needles. I'm gonna have to look into what kind of pine that is. Okay, back inside where it's nice and warm. Here's my little salad garden that I started. There's the kale, the radish, the peas, and sunflowers. They're all doing really good in here. I think I'm ready for a salad. You guys seen the price of romaine lately? Holy cow. These are just some ZZ plant cuttings that I'm trying to propagate. And here's a check-in on the geranium cuttings. They're doing great. I actually just pulled off more flower buds this morning. So, I mean, can plants flower with LED bulbs? Apparently. But yeah, these are all doing great. Oh, these are the those cuttings that didn't have any root. So it looks like one is done, but the other three are hanging in. There's an amaryllis that is just taking forever, so I decided to bring it in here. We aren't getting much sunlight these days. Just gray, rainy skies, and good choice because it's gone from like about here, shot up in about 2 weeks. And let's see what else we got in here, if I can do this one-handed. Okay, these are string of turtles sprouting away in there. They're doing very good. And all of my succulent cuttings are doing good. There's a succulent that I grew from seed. There was 5 of them and I'm down to 2. Those are a challenge to keep alive. And then here is string of turtles that I am growing or trying to propagate in what's called pon instead of soil. It's like a lava rock and pumice perlite substrate. It's supposed to be better for aeration of plant roots and to cut back on fungus gnats. Oh, this is another succulent called a bunny ear. So yeah, that's what's going on in here.
Thank you so much for seeing that I posted and coming to watch my little video. See you hopefully soon.